Welcome, everyone, to the Completely Unnecessary Podcast for Tuesday, August 4th, 2020, alongside Ian Ferguson.
That's me.
I'm Pat Contry. On the show today,
Right here.
we'll be talking about the Analog Pocket pre-orders selling out in less than 15 minutes, a deal between AMC Universal, a Scumbag Solve of the Week, a Patreon poll topic, what would happen on the CU Podcast cruise ship, because it's a light week. And also,
It's a real light week.
It's a lighter week than usual. We had for a while, and we won't be talking about the Intellivision announcement because it's been delayed until the day afterwards. We'll get into that though later. First, Ian, we have to announce we have a YouTube membership program going on my YouTube channel. So what you do is you click, if you want to support us, you click join, which is next to the subscribe button. And what do you get? What doohickeys do you get? You get a channel badge, and you also get the ability to use emojis in the chat or when you're leaving comments.
Who doesn't love emotes? Everyone loves emotes.
What's the difference between an emote and an emoji? I don't know what it is.
I think one's a brand name and one's
generic. Tissues and Kleenex.
One's the generic. Yeah.
You also get a Patreon. Usually the Patreon CU Podcast video. We'll do the same one early each week on YouTube. I also have a monthly Google Hangout that I'll be doing there, and also early access to new videos, like a new NES Punk video is coming out fairly soon, and a new Flea Market Madness, and an update with Frank, and things like that. So otherwise, it's not changing on YouTube. It's just added a little bonus stuff that you can get if you want to support us. So you don't have to if you don't want us. If you don't want us, you do want us, don't you? Anyway. Ian, you have an announcement for Yokoi Kids.
I do. The Yokoi Kids annual #1 is in pre-order. We did one run of 100, and as of right now, I think, as of this recording, there's only 15 copies left in that run. You can go to tinyurl.com/YokoiKidsZine and grab a copy. When we sell out, we will be doing another print run. So I don't know if the pre-orders will go over into that run or what, but if it does sell out, keep your eyes peeled and posted on it. It is 90 pages. It is 90 pages. It's art, it's comics, it's writing,
all
it's
Game
ramblings.
Boy all the time.
All black and white Game Boy all the time. We cover 25 games. There's 20 plus contributors. And it was a lot of fun to work on. All of the proceeds go to No More Deaths. No More Deaths is a humanitarian aid organization that is helping migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border. So read about some Game Boy games, support a good cause, and go to tinyurl.com/YokoiKidsZine.
Did you work on an article?
I have, I think, 4 entries in there.
Okay. What game?
Revenge of the Gator, Burger Time, Kirby's Dream Land. Those were fresh ones. The Revenge of the Gator I rewrote from the original Yokoi Kids article I did. Burger Time and Kirby's Dream Land I did fresh for the zine, so I think they're actually exclusive to the zine. And then there's a couple other ones from because some of this is basically repacking of all of the web content into a physical form. So some of my older articles should be in there as well. Like I said, I think I've got 4 or 5 entries in there.
And you go to tinyurl.com/YokoiKidsZine, YOKOI Kidzine, ZINE. We also have we're going to do a virtual panel for our pals at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. That's this Sunday, 12:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or 3:15 Eastern Standard Time.
I'm very much looking forward to it. That's my birthday. Come out and watch us. Be nice. Be kind.
We might talk about the announcement tomorrow on Sunday. We'll see. That might make the cut there.
It might.
And then if you're in that chat live, I will throw out a promo code for the store at ultimatenintendo.com. I'll do a discount for those that are in virtual attendance at the Uplink event, and you can get the pins and the T-shirts, the limited shirt, and the enamel pins and the books there, and we'll do that as well. And I'm also on Cameo, cameo.com/PatContry. I just did wedding anniversary, 12 years for someone the other day. So there you go. I don't know why you want to see my mug on your anniversary, but hey, why not?
Wasn't gonna say.
I got dimples. I don't know. Maybe people like that. And that's it for our just our shilling our upcoming events.
Hey, wait, hold on. We still have to show. We have enamel pins. We have t-shirt. Did you say that?
I just did. Wow, you pulled the Pat. You weren't listening to me at all.
No, I was, but
I
was immediately trying to think about why someone would want to get you. Why would they have you?
But I said that before that, so your mind just went in reverse and erased time. That's what just happened.
Man, I need sleep.
All right, real quick, the National Video Game Museum did something cool. They now have, since obviously things are bad in Texas and they're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area with the public health crisis, but you can visit the entire museum as a level in Doom 2. Yeah, so you can do that, and that comes off the heels of what was the indie. Devolver Digital.
Devolver did a first-person shooter-type game that
you can walk through.
That was also a convention. You could walk around and see the exhibits for the various games as if you were on a convention floor. National Video Game Museum has done a similar thing, and it looks cool. The screenshots are cool. There's you can see like the statues and all the displays in the level. The
store closing, like the video game crash looking little thing, or at least physical media going away, which is not for resale. Which, by the way, just was screened at the Smithsonian event. I failed to mention it last week. It was a virtual event. It originally was going to be in person, but not for resale. Screened at the actual Smithsonian, at least the event. So that's cool. Smithsonian. I can't say it. Smithsonian.
But yeah, so if you want to check out that level, you can download it at the National Video Game Museum website. I'll give it a play.
I'll put a link down there. I still got to visit, and I was going to probably visit it this year at Retropalooza, and this could have been maybe the first year you came to Retropalooza with me, and this year no events. So I
actually had nothing scheduled for October this year, so I
and no conflicts.
I would have been there.
No conflicts with PRG this year. It would have been perfect, but nope.
Maybe next year.
It's a gap year here. Pokemon Go finds in Melbourne, Ian. This is funny and sad, I guess, at the same time. This is coming from 7 News in Australia. A man who traveled 14 kilometers to play Pokemon Go has been fined $1,652 by Victoria Police for breaching stay-at-home directions. That's Australian dollars, so it's a little bit less in US. On Monday, police revealed they had issued 172 fines to individuals across the state, 27 of which were for people failing to wear a face covering when in public. They're cracking down, and I almost feel like maybe if they did something like that here, more people would, wear their mandated masks. But but so many people that don't give a shit. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. I just went to do takeout of food at Mitch's yesterday, and there was people there, younger people that were walking around with Adam. One was smoking like 20 feet in front of him. It's just like, come on, man. How was your Mitch's? It's always delicious. It's fantastic. It's colossal. Stupendous. Tremendous. This is kind of a bummer though. Like, Pokemon Go is something that you can play and socially isolate. I mean, they've done a lot of things in Pokemon Go that have helped people continue to play it during the coronavirus. They've increased the distance that you're allowed to be from gyms to interact with them. They've increased the gift rates so that you get more items from the Pokemon Go stops than you would normally get. And Vani is a big fan of it, and I understand that during this certain public health crisis, that's been like the one thing that she does to kind of get out and escape for a little bit. Well, you still can just wear a mask. Yeah, but this guy breaking his stay-at-home orders. I hope whatever Pokemon he caught, it was worth it. Well, they're starting to have a little uptick, I think, in certain, maybe it's this area of Australia. I did read that they're having a little uptick here or there, but we should get the woman on the streets view from 8-Bit Alley to see what's going on and check back in. Oh yeah, see what's going on there. But yeah, that's just a little thing we touched on there. Something that I hadn't thought of in a while. Space Venture. Remember Space Venture? I don't, because the Kickstarter was 8 years ago. This is how you divide time, pre and post CU podcast. Yeah, it's pre CUP. or BCUP. So this, I'm not sure we were. I think my
BC in parentheses.
We might have spoken about this on a podcast maybe one time like 5 years ago. But this is a game that kickstarted from the past Sierra guys from Andromeda that worked on the first 4 Space Quests together before they split apart. Mark Crow and Scott Murphy that worked on it. And I'm a huge Space Quest fan up until the first 4 games. 5th was pretty good too. Then when there's only one of the two working on, it's a different style. They both mesh well with that. So this was a game that was supposed to be in the same vein of that. This is a point-and-click adventure going back to like 80s to early to mid-90s PC adventure games. And it was supposed to come out 7 years ago. And still, they raised like 550,000, 600,000, top of my head, something like that. And 7 years, and I have not been keeping track of why it's taken so long to do this. Maybe they needed more money, or maybe they just figured I can't work on this full time. I have a feeling it's a combination of that. They couldn't hire someone to do it. God, when you take $600,000 though, you may have underestimated the cost, or I don't know. That's just you gotta come out with something at some point.
Yeah, you don't want to put up a Kickstarter that's going to be, popular, and then, if your heart's not in the project, which is
I'm not saying that's what happened here, but 7 years past due date. I mean, it's not $300 million like Star Citizen, but Star Citizen you can play. You can play parts of the game. It's just not put together yet, but you can play it. Anyway, so a demo came out. You can watch it. Not even demo. It's just the first 10 minutes of gameplay. I don't know if you watched it, Ian, but it's in the vein of of a Space Quest game. Within you click on a thing and you hear him look at things, and it's humorous. He has a cute little so you're basically like a plumber in it. Roger Wilco was a janitor. You're a plumber in this, so a guy sort of blue collar guy probably gets caught up in some space adventure, and your little red case of your tools turns into a cute little mechanical dog that follows you around, little robot dog. So I'm like, that's cute. I like that, but obviously wait until this comes out to spend any money on it, because I don't know if you could even pre-order it yet. Yeah, so it's just it's literally a 7-minute little.
If you back the game at 30 or above, you're now getting the chance to play a beta build.
So there you go. So that means it's coming out. The voice acting is pretty good. I'm sort of halvesies on the art direction, because it's not, obviously they're not going to do like 90s, hand drawn painted stuff anymore. But it's 3D, but it's not. I don't know. I'm like halfway on it. I don't know if you what you think.
I'm not, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of the art style. But as a fan of point and click games, I will probably at some point end up with this on my laptop, and I'll poke around and see what I think of it. I'm
not really a fan of the character design of the main protagonist. He's like a gruff, plumber type that when I think of like Roger Wilco, and he's like sort of goofy and happy. And this is the opposite of that.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I'm not thrilled with that choice. I mean, they should have just went full and just sort of ripped off the Roger Wilco and had it be like, I don't know, Billy Dilko or something. Or you know what I mean? Like, I would have rather done that. These are people that want a Space Quest game. Give them that character back. This is not that character. This isn't like the goofy, dumb sort of guy that you want to see get killed over and over again. Like that. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Obviously, it's too late now, but that's the only thing I'm going to say there.
The deaths in Space Quest were always funny. I never liked dying in point-and-click adventure games, but at least in Space Quest, it was always a pretty humorous.
Especially in 16-color EGA graphics, it was always fun to see that. Mm-hmm. There was even because like the animation was still good. It was just there was no colors. That EGA style. I went straight from CGA to VGA. I skipped that in between there. Well, was it technically VGA once you got to like Windows 95? I guess it technically was Windows 3.1.
Yeah,
it's VGA.
That was VGA. I think you had to have VGA.
Was Super VGA a scam? Was that even a thing? Like it was Super VGA options. Like how many more colors did you get in Super VGA than VGA? Because VGA was 256.
VGA was 256. I don't remember what Super VGA was.
A couple hundred more. I always thought that was funny because I don't remember ever knowing someone that owned the Super VGA or what have you there.
No, it seemed like it was pretty unnecessary. Okay. So here's a funny thing.
Here's a guy.
Transphobic monster John Boyne, who is also, I guess, a historical novel writer, accidentally included Zelda video game monsters in his most recent novel. His book, A Traveler at the Gates of Wisdom, opens in AD 1 and ends 2,000 years later. And in there is a...
AD 1, year 1. I thought you meant 81. AD 1.
Oh, yeah, AD year 1. Sorry, yes, year 1.
When they think Jesus was born, which is really like 5 BC or so.
So this absolute joke of a person decided to put a recipe for red dye in their historical novel. And, doing all of the hard, diligent research that a historical novel writer writes, ended up Googling a recipe for red dye and got the recipe from Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
That's funny.
Here you go. This is the excerpt. The dyes that I used in my dressmaking were composed from various ingredients, depending on the color required. And then goes on to say, almost all required nightshade, sapphire, keyswing, the leaves of the silent princess plant, octorok eyeballs, swift violet, thistle, and hightail lizard. In addition, the red I used for Abrilla's dress employed spicy pepper, the tail of the red Lizzlephos, and 4 Hylian shrooms.
All right.
Even going as far as to list Hyrule.
So I mean, he just lifted it without even changing the stuff. Like he could have changed the stuff around if he wanted to. He just didn't.
Nope.
He just lifted it.
Literally just looked at the recipe that you would use in game and listed it.
And this is supposed to take place in like real life. This isn't
right.
Like,
it's supposed to be a historical novel, meaning it's supposed to be accurate. It's supposed to be real. This is not a fantasy author who just ripped off some other fantasy. This is a fantasy author.
It's supposed to be based on a real person that existed.
This is.
I don't think octoroks have existed. I haven't read my zoology book that my dad had in the attic in a while.
Haven't come across a Lizzlephos in real life either.
That'd be terrifying.
That would be awful.
Octoroks would be cute though. They don't really do much damage to you. They spit little softball-sized little rocks at you.
I'd try the Hylian shrooms though.
You would try them?
I'd give them a go.
I'm sure they'd be similar to your other shroom experiences. It's just silly. He took it in stride, according to someone that talked about it.
He took it in stride. What is that? What is that?
Well, I mean, he laughed it off. I mean, what are you gonna do? I fucked up. I know, like I don't know why.
You would apologize for being a fucking hack. That's what I would suggest doing.
It's so dumb. Like it's can't even call it plagiarism. It's just being stupid. It's just why even?
Sorry, I'm bad at my job.
Why I don't know what characters are being described here, but why even have that person describe like what the dye was made of? That's like such a weird thing. Almost all my dyes required all this crap. Like, that's just not necessary for your novel. That's just really... Then it goes into the bed chamber. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, there's a poison thing going on. Oh, okay, there's a poison thing. Okay. Anyway, so was it supposed to be poison? Or is dye a euphemism for the poison? The next paragraph? I gotta read this, damn it. I gotta see how it ends up.
No, you don't. You definitely don't need to read this shit. Anyway.
You want to talk about the PlayStations? And Spider-Man being exclusive to that Marvel's Avengers game with the awful, awful face models of everyone. It looks like they're all Vikings.
This is gross. So Marvel's Avengers, that incredible...
Avengers!
I honestly have no idea how anyone is excited by this. It looks so by the books and so boring.
It hasn't been out yet? It's not out yet?
No.
Is this different from the one on the Switch?
What do you mean?
What's on the Switch? Marvel games on the Switch? Ultimate Alliance.
Oh, okay. Totally different.
What this looks? I feel like I saw a trailer for this game 2 years ago.
We did, and we talked about how boring it looked then and how awful it looks now.
And it's not out yet.
No, it's not.
Okay.
So it had a full unveiling at E3 2019, so it was probably only a year ago. It feels like it's been 8 years because in COVID times, everything lasts 3 times as long as... Holy fuck. So anyway, this game is coming out to PC. It's coming out on PS4. Pretty sure it's coming out on Xbox One. And
Xbox.
They've decided that it would be a great idea to make Spider-Man only available in the PlayStation 4 version.
Who decided that?
Square Enix, Marvel Games, I don't know, whoever fucking makes the game.
Okay.
They decided it would be a great idea to make Spider-Man only available in the PS4 version, which has pissed off a lot of people. That's really, really dumb as far as exclusives go. To take your most popular character and only put them in the PlayStation version. I saw online people, even some people that we know, our friend Joe from Limited Run Games was like, fuck it, I don't know that I'm buying this at all. He's like, I mean, I could play it on the PS4. He's like, but I wanted to play it on the PC. And they're, ransoming, they're holding Spider-Man hostage on the PS4
Are they getting
version.
Sony money to do this?
I have no
Because
idea.
obviously they have the Sony Spider-Man game, which is exclusive.
They could. Maybe they are.
Only Spider-Man, you get Spider-Man only on the PS4 or that Ultimate Alliance game on the Switch.
But yeah, I can see this pissing off a lot of people. I mean,
Hey, Spider-Man's the big wig in the Marvel universe. We know that. He's number one. But that's insane.
it just seems like a really good way to upset fans for no real reason.
Let's see that we can see him. He's going to appear in Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 or the Switch exclusive Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. But Sony has held the movie rights to Spidey for a long time and looks determined to maintain that hold, famously leading to the blah 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 blah. Okay, this is Sony's, I guess, being an asshole.
Yeah.
They're still trying to get their Venom 2 and their dumb Morbius movie, which I hope fucking tanks into the center of the earth.
They are so desperate to hold on
I'm
to
so
Spider-Man.
disappointed you all went out and saw Venom, because now you're having it being stuck in Sony's fucking creatively dead hands. The Spider-Man character, holding it hostage with the whole Marvel thing that happened last year, and they almost didn't do Spider-Man 3 in the MCU, which would have been a disaster, which you couldn't even account for.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely
That would have been
atrocious.
like Sean Connery and Never Say Never Again. Yeah, it's a Bond movie, but we can't bring up any Bond shit in it, besides saying he's James Bond. You don't want to see that ever happen.
I just think I think the marketing execs are crazy. I mean, the people went and saw the movie as a joke on a lark. Like,
You think so, Venom?
Oh yeah, people went to go see it because it was so bad. And
Well, congratulations, asshole.
yeah, I mean but that only works like once or twice. I don't know who read the room and said, "Oh no, everyone loves our horrible treatments of the Spider-Man properties now. Let's do more of them."
And yes, the Miles Morales anime movie was good. It was really good.
Oh, it was fucking fantastic.
But now, I'm curious in the sequel. I don't want to see 7 different Spider-Men in the animated sequel, though. I think we've already done that. I really hope that's not what they go in the direction of these movies, but I have a feeling they are. Like, you have to have Spider-Gwen and all the other Spider-Men come back. I'm like, I really am not interested in that anymore.
I don't know. I didn't think it would work the first time, and it worked great. So I'll see it. I don't know what you're interested in terms of Spider-Man, because it doesn't seem to be anything that comes out.
Well, I liked Far From Home a lot.
Oh, you liked Far From Home.
That was a lot, and I thought Homecoming was okay. I just like, Mr. Stark, can I rub your corns for you? Like,
Get a new line.
I didn't use corns last time.
Yes, you did.
Did you rub your corns?
You always
no, I said
use
massage
the
your
cords.
feet.
Oh, okay. It's the same.
Can I get you a cup of coffee? I just don't like the pandering Peter Parker, because that's the exact fucking opposite of what the character was. The character had bravado and over the top arrogance because they wouldn't let him into the X-Men or wouldn't let him into the Avengers, and went out of his way to prove himself, haphazardly. That's the character. Sorry, that's been totally lost in this incarnation to a little side fucking kick. Sorry. It's like making Superman a sidekick to Batman. It's like why would you do that? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, sorry. Oh, what were we saying? Oh yeah, so this sucks.
Yeah, it's dumb.
So the Intellivision announcement was delayed. Wow, we had this marked on our calendar for August 4th to see what was going to be revealed for the exciting Intellivision Amico. That is definitely coming out
on October 10th,
2020. It's definitely not being delayed probably until next year.
And we can definitely say that, we expect to see it on October 10th because none of the dates have been changed.
Not on GameStop's website as far as I'm concerned, or last time I saw. So they literally had an announcement 10 minutes before I was ready to go live on Twitter saying, sorry, we're not doing the announcement until Wednesday. So you'll see it on the next CU podcast, unfortunately, there. They had 2, we didn't talk about, I didn't want to give any crap towards, they did these 2 comedic, little videos, whatever. It's fine. They're harmless. It was like 2011 YouTube humor videos just to promote, though, this date of August 4th. They did 2 Mondays in a row just to promote this date to do it. And when you don't do that, and now that you cancel 10 minutes before, it's just wholly unprofessional and amateurish to do that.
Oh, it's dumb.
And that doesn't matter if you're a startup like this is, or if you're Nintendo. You're not supposed to do this. If you don't have all your ducks in a row, don't announce it even 5 days before or a day before. Don't wait 10 minutes before to say it's not happening, and then have a little 3-minute nothing announcement to say you can play a full level of a game on your mobile device.
Yes. A very frazzled Tommy in a 3-minute video comes on and says, "We delayed it because a thing
that got announced that was unannounced.
That was back in. We're gonna get that into tomorrow." Okay, so that's a great way to start off your big announcement day that you cancel 10 minutes beforehand. And then he says that there's great news that this system that's definitely gonna be out on October 10th, you can play the entire first level of Moon Patrol now.
Wow. So,
in the Club Amico.
So it goes
app.
from a 15-second demo to what's a Moon Patrol level? A minute? Like what's
45 seconds?
Like how long is a Moon Patrol level?
I don't know. We actually would have tried it, but
it's not on iOS
it's
yet.
not on iOS yet.
And
it's on Android.
I don't have my Android burner laying around somewhere to do it real quick, since I had 10 minutes in order to prepare. So not everyone is happy with it, including people on the Atari Age board that are supporting this. I'll just read this one. Yes, one person said, "Oh man, I've got a meeting tomorrow that can't be moved. I'm going to be relying on you guys for a full post presentation breakdown of all the cool news." So people were actually, and hey, I'm not giving you shit if you're excited. People were actually planning their day around this announcement, because again, this has been announced for like at least 3 weeks. Like this is going to be the day. So this response was,
they've somehow been duped into believing that the Intellivision is a real company that.
Well, it's a real company.
No, you know what I'm saying. A real company that acts professionally.
Okay, so yes, because the CEO acts super professionally all the time. So this response was, "Yes, I made this point on Facebook. I cleared an hour in my schedule to watch this live. I can't easily clear out the same 1 hour window tomorrow. I'm sure the VP will understand if I move our meeting booked a month ago with less than 24 hours notice." He's being sarcastic. "Since I'm ticked, I'll add my hot take. Giving us mobile versions of Amico games makes little sense to me. So many talking points about how using a phone for games sucks. So they give us a mobile version of a game designed for an Amico controller and a TV screen? ? I've worked on games where the development effort to do the demo really hurt the core game because it took time and effort away from the core game. You typically have to branch a pre-beta build, then make a lot of fixes on the demo, which often don't port to the main game because you are hacking it to get the demo out the door. Sometimes it makes sense because the marketing value of the demo is worth it. I recall getting a demo in a few million post cereal boxes once, but in this case, most of the people playing Moon Patrol on their phones aren't even the target market for Amico. Since Amico will have a dedicated mobile app for additional controllers, I can see the value of setting up Android and iOS build pipelines and getting used to the submission process. So that is something, I guess." So he's just puzzled about why even bother putting this on the app, which is a fair point, which goes back to these being mobile games that you don't need a console for.
It seems very, very silly to me. And I don't want to talk about this too much longer just because we're going to be doing far more of this next week, but it seems silly to me to put out and get excited about a mobile phone demo when you're desperately trying to act like these are not mobile games, and you're trying to say that these games need to be played on the Amico because only the Amico can do it.
Yes.
Well, bullshit. I'm playing Moon Patrol on my phone. I'm playing your game on my phone.
That's what goes back to we said it 20 times. Like, why can't you play these games on the Switch or any other?
Right. All right. I'm not going to fall into this feedback loop again, but we'll talk more about this next week.
I feel bad. I honestly feel bad. Even the people that attack us and build their little YouTube channels off of attacking us for us speaking our minds on the Intellivision. I feel bad that they are in this little echo chamber where everything that happens, they think, oh, there's a positive spin to it. Well, they're making it better. Okay, it's just at some point you got to call it unprofessionalism for what it is.
Yeah,
I'm not even saying tomorrow could be big gangbusters for them, but I'm just saying this is unprofessional doing this. Like if this all rode on one thing, why not just do your announcement without that one thing and then announce this 2-3 weeks later? You're gonna have plenty of time to promote this because it ain't coming out in October. We're gonna have 6 months, 8 months of this build up to something. So that gives me pause if that one thing is what kept the announcement from today.
Well, yeah, because I mean, how important is the one thing? Like that everything needs to hinge.
Is it your killer app that you're waiting on? Maybe. Is it your Earthworm Jim announcement, or like maybe it's that, because that's the only thing they're banking on. That so this is the game people definitely want. So all right, well that's it for this intro. Remember, you can listen to this podcast wherever fine podcasts are given away through the air for free.